Hey guys, Danny Payer here with my weekly cybersecurity tip video. And for this week, what I have for you is not so much a cybersecurity tip, but rather a cybersecurity philosophy. And when it comes to cybersecurity, my philosophy is being cautious is not being rude and it's not being paranoid. Let me tell you a story that helps explain my point. So I got this one client, very important to me, and the president of that organization reached out to me. They sent me an email, and what they were doing was they were forwarding me a voicemail from their office phone, I'm guessing, which I've never done anything like this before. And the email seemed pretty short. Normally, they're not that short with me. We've got a pretty good relationship. And it said, "Danny, what's this all about?" And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, whoa, this guy sounds upset because the email is very short and clearly there's some voicemail that he wants me to listen to, and maybe is it a complaint? What's going on? It's making me a bit nervous. And so I'm about to play it, and then I'm like, wait a second, what do I do for a living? I tell people to watch out for these things. I tell people not to respond with emotion. So I pull back and I think, could this be suspicious? The email otherwise didn't look suspicious, but I thought if this is a problem and I do play that file, I could very well be downloading some form of malware. That being said, I do owe this guy a response because a very important client of mine, and they seem to need an answer. So what did I do? Really simply, I did what I did in the 80s. I called the guy, picked up the phone, I called him. He didn't pick up the phone, but I left him a voicemail. And I said, listen, man, I said, you sent me an email. I said, you never sent me a file like that before. You seem like you're upset about something. I want to get you that answer, but I'm going to need you to call me back and confirm that this is in fact you before I can listen to that file and give you that answer. And that was it. I hung up, and I knew I responded to this guy with something. I'm not ignoring him, but I'm letting him know I'm doing something that's not only going to protect me, but this is also going to protect you. So the guy responded, it was him, and he goes, you know, Danny, that is me. I'm sorry. I was in a hurry. I just needed an answer on this. And he goes, but thank you so much for being cautious, for practicing what you preach. And he goes, because I know that you're doing this to not only protect yourself, but you're protecting me. And I loved his response to that, okay? You know what? Sometimes we are going to take a precaution, and it's not going to be a cyber criminal. Sometimes it's going to be a friend. That's okay. This is the world that we live in. I wasn't being rude. I was being cautious. And so I encourage you to keep that in mind. Too often when I talk to my contacts in the world of law enforcement, they talk about how too often physical crimes are committed when the victim's like, you know, I knew something was wrong, something didn't feel right about the people that I was with, about the environment that I was at, but I didn't want to be rude. Let's not do that when it comes to the world of cybercrime. And at the same time, if somebody asks you to verify yourself, don't get mad at them. Again, don't take that as a personal insult. This is the world that we live in. Being cautious is not being rude, and it's not being paranoid. That's it for me. Stay safe, stay well. We're going to get through this together.